destruction in order to create jobs for construction.
Okay. And from my understanding, the mother of the shooter and Sandy worked for the CIA, so you can kind of see what is going on, what you're saying.
Right, exactly. There are no accidents when you're watching these children, supposedly, and now they're saying it's the drugs. Well, yeah, it's partly the drugs. The drugs are being used as the instrument for control. But it's not just the drugs. It's a lot of little things put together. Each one of these people are agents. And you have to remember that, isn't it interesting that this child and someone else before that, I forgot the name of the other person who was blamed for his shooting, both of them, their fathers, were supposed to testify in the greatest fraud, banking fraud, and securities fraud in the history of the planet. They were supposed to start naming names.
Wow.
So all of these people now are doing these things. They have these things coming up one at a time. So you have to protect the people who are stealing the monies from the people who are creating the war conditions on our planet. They're in place. They're the ones, are the puppet masters, orchestrating Obama, orchestrating all the leaders of the world at this time to play their game. And the population, the people, are slowly becoming smarter. That's why the smarter the population gets, the more repressive the governing forces have to become.
So is that why they are using the cable boxes and the TV to try to send out subliminal message and when you listen to the news, I mean, it just seems like it's so much propaganda.
Well, it is propaganda. The news is not about news. It's about promoting a product, and the product is fear. The product is insecurity. The product is getting you to trust them. The products you see on TV that they're selling, that ain't got nothing to do with it. The true product of TV is fear, and they sell it every day, and we buy into it.
Now, Dr. Valentine, before we move on to the next topic, tell the people about your school, about your website, and what was the name of that product that you say that they can purchase on your website?
Juice Plus. They have to go to another website, but I would tell you this. We have a Juice Plus program that I believe that everybody should investigate. They can go up to a website. My website, it's Rethink, RETHINK, Rethink Juice Plus. Just spell it out, JUICEPLUS.com, rethinkjuiceplus.com. And when they go up there, just click where it says resources. Once that page opens, scroll down to the bottom and take a look at a 15-minute video called The Whole Truth. Just listen to it. And what they want to do is they want to purchase Juice Plus, then they could call me at 1-800-847-1291. That's 800-847-1291. Now, the interesting part about it is if you have a child 4 years of age and above, say 4 years of age all the way through college, if you have a child in college full-time, I will sponsor, along with the company, that child with free Juice Plus for up to 4 years. So if they want to look into the research, it's the most researched product on the planet for its kind of the quality of the product, the kind of product it is. There's nothing surpassing it. It has over 26 medical studies that showed what Juice Plus can do. No other product of its kind has ever been investigated and has had at least 3/4 of it being what they call gold standard. And if you want to look up what gold standard is about, it's the most rigorous form of research that you can get. So the Juice Plus is nothing but fruits, vegetables, and berries. It's not a drug. It's not a herb. It's not a vitamin. It's a food. So what you'll be taking is to supplant the foods that you're not getting. Some people say, well, I eat organic. I'm a vegan. Well, let me tell you, sometimes foods that you pick, the foods that you get, say at Whole Foods and these other places that you buy your organic products from, sometimes they're picked too early. But if you pick early, it ripens on the shelf, and you don't get at least 75% of the nutrients that you would get if it were ripened on the vine. And a lot of materials you get are shipped in, so they have to be cut and picked early in order to survive the voyage and then survive on the shelf for long enough for the public to get to it. But with Juice Plus, you get it ripened on the vine, it's juiced within 24 hours, and there is a proprietary cold process that extracts the water, the salt, and the sugar. So if you're diabetic, you can take this. So you should definitely think about Juice Plus, and if you have a 4-year-old child and over, I will sign that child up in the Child Health Study Program, and we will be able to get that Juice Plus to that child free for 4 years. As long as you are taking that Juice Plus, as long as you're purchasing the Juice Plus as an adult, you can sponsor a child. And again, that number is 1-800-847-1291.
Great. Now, tell us, what is going on with Africa? Is Africa being attacked, or what is going on over there?
Well,
with
there
all the
is
minerals and...
Yes. Well, Zbigniew Brzezinski said something very interesting. It was either he or Kissinger. It said, in order to save Africa, we have to recolonize it. So, everybody is bum-rushing Africa because Africa is a bigger continent than all the continents put together. Pretty much 3/4 of the world's continents can fit into Africa. Africa is the most mineral-rich, in fact, the richest continent on the globe. And yet still, no Africans sell gold or own gold. No Africans sell diamond or other rubies. Everything is manned and operated and controlled by the Europeans who came in there as conquerors, as colonizers. So what you have now is a bum rush for, first and foremost, oil. The oil is necessary because since our dollars were taken off of the gold and silver standard and placed onto the oil standard, Rockefeller, Rothschild, and all the rest of them, they changed the gold dollar into the oil dollar, which is why they attacked Syria, they attacked Libya, they are attacking North Korea, they're attacking Iran, because none of these countries are on Rothschild's Federal Reserve dollar. They're dealing with gold. So what happens, they want everybody to buy the gold. They want everybody to buy the oil dollar and to stay away from the gold dollar. And that's why these 5 countries that you see being attacked, which were not on the Federal Reserve oil dollar, that's why that war is going on. Iraq and the rest of them as well. All of them were actually selling their gold or buying their gold or allowing people to buy their gold with buy their oil, with the gold, with their gold on the gold standard. And that's what Gaddafi was getting ready to do. Gaddafi was getting ready to put all of the oil dollars and all of the wealth and the minerals that are there in Africa back into the hands of Africans. And you know he had to go.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. And what I heard that water is also the new oil.
Yeah, water is part of that because underneath Iraq and under Libya, and of course Gaddafi did something that was pretty much one of the wonders of the world. He created an entire water estuary that began to feed at least three countries with what he did. Gaddafi had one of the best models for what a civilization was going to be like, or should be like, a nation should be like, and all the monies and resources going into the people. He made the people part of, if you were a Libyan, you had stock automatically in the oil that was coming out of the ground. Of course, they painted him as this and that, but he was fighting off his enemies. And, of course, everything that he was doing was putting it back into it. For instance, just imagine, when you got married, you were given $50,000 and a home. Where else can you get that? When you reached a certain age, as soon as you were born, you were entitled to a free education, straight on through college, and if you wanted to go into further studies. Where else would you get that? Nowhere. I mean, everything that he did as far as the insurance, the fact that mothers, when you get pregnant, I mean, everything was there to help a society, to build it. And they'll never see that again. Never.
Wow.
And
that is so
so
sad.
Yeah, it is sad. But what we have again is the lack of knowledge. The people are only told, and they have their trust only in the media. And, of course, the media is the medium between the truth and the lies. And what they do is they take the truth, they filter it through the media, and when it's filtered through the media and censored, they give us this pablum, this noisy kind of flashy stuff all over TV with these talking heads that read a script and don't know anything except the script. They're not any real reporters anymore. They're not really investigative reporters digging out the news. They're just pretty much parroting a script.
And then if you have some that do want to report the news, they won't let them. They have to do this, what they're told.
Well, yeah, those are the ones that are either fired or they are suicided.
Right. Now, you did back in 2009. You did a lecture on Obama, President Obama, that is the possibility that his father could have been Malcolm X. So he's getting ready to go into his second term here. What is his role and what is – well, first, for the people that might not even be familiar with that, kind of give them a little why you came to that conclusion, and then tell us what is his role in all of this that's going on.
Well, I think that it's actually something that already was known. I didn't really bring to light anything that was new. What it is, it's almost like the 100th monkey. There was something about him that reminded me and my wife especially, who pointed it out, as he was making his first inaugural address. She said, boy, he reminds me of Malcolm. And I started looking at him second ways, sideways. I went up to the screen. I looked at the side of the screen. Then I looked at him first on, and I said, I wonder. And then I went in. I started digging. And then, of course, I started doing forensics between his children and Malcolm's children. And Malcolm's children and his children look alike. Now, some can also say that, of course, his wife, Michelle, has the same characteristics, but it is really something to see how his and of course they say that it's not actually Malcolm X being his father. It's I forgot the name of the author who was a communist, lived in Hawaii at the time, who may have had an affair with Obama's mother, who, by the way, was working with the CIA. Obama's mother was. And it's interesting because and his name is Frank. Frank, I'm sorry?
I think I know. I don't know his name, but I remember hearing about.
Right. He was an author. Yeah. He was into kind of saucy and spicy.
Is it Frank Marshall Davis?
Frank Marshall Davis. That's his name. Yeah. Right. That's the one that they're trying to palm off as his father, because that's easier for the people to take than Malcolm X. Mm-hmm. So what they're doing, it seems to me, that there's information that's come out over the last, say, few months, and I haven't come out with it yet, that they traced Malcolm back to the Philippines. And supposedly at the time when Malcolm was alive and when this child was born, Malcolm knew that he could not raise this boy at the same time as he's raising with his daughter, and, of course, his wife already knew about this situation.